Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam. Om Achaturvadano Brahma Dvibahuraparo Harihi Abhalalochana Shambhu Bhagavan Badarayanaha. Om Dakshine Lakshmano Yasya Vame Cha Janakatmaja Purato Marutir Yasya Tam Vande Raghunandanam. Bhagavan Mahadeva just has emerged out of his long spell of meditation, samadhi, and Mother Parvati humbly requests him to tell her what happened to Shri Rama after he had sent Sita ji away to the forest to Valmiki ji's ashram. Lord Shiva first informed that like Sri Ramchandra ji's ancestors, he also lived a very austere life, discharging all his duties very, very diligently. And when there were occasions, Lakshmana also used to approach and ask about action, its result, etc. And Bhagavan used to give some kind of clarity, tell him many, many old stories which were stating the point that how many ever good karmas one may do, but it will all have some or the other limitations. And then at one occasion, when Ramchandra ji was relaxed, sitting in solitude, at that time Lakshman ji approached with great humility. One who had attained so much of purity because of his service, that Lakshman ji first bowed down to Sri Rama, recognized him as that Supreme Brahman, recognized him as the very Lord of the universe, recognized him as the indweller of all beings and things. And having prostrated to such a Lord, he also requested. He said that this world of transmigration, samsara, how to cross over it quickly, anjasa. How to do that? You please teach me, anushadhimam, the way I can understand and I can go across this ocean or river of samsara. Samsara, we saw, is that which constantly changes, that which keeps on flowing. It seems to have some continuity, but actually there is only constant change. This, how to go across this, what to do? As soon as Lakshman ji completed his question, Ramji had not yet started. Lord Shiva said, to such a wonderful student, Ramchandra ji was very pleased and immediately wanted to give him the knowledge requested. So, till the 6th verse we have seen, and now the 7th verse onwards, Shri Rama's Upadesha begins. And a very systematic, step-by-step Upadesha instruction, very beautiful. So we'll read the 7th verse. आदौ स्वस् आदौ स्ववर्णाश्रमवर्णिताः क्रियाः कृत्वा समासादितशुद्धमानसः समाप्य तत्पूर्वमुपात्तसाधनः समाश्रयेत् सद्गुरुमात्मलब्धये. Very beautiful. The verb here is samashrayet. There is only one verb. Samashrayet means go and take refuge at the feet of the Guru, submit yourself to the Guru, surrender at his feet. Only one kriya. But before that, there are more, not full verbs, but then it is in the form of you first do this, after doing this, do this, after doing this, do this, and then finally go and submit yourself to the Guru. So it seems to be only one instruction, but it has so many other things also inside. Acha, so what should one do? So very step by step, Bhagavan Ramchandra ji is saying, you will get knowledge. You want knowledge so that you can go across the ocean of samsara. But how to get knowledge? You have to go to a Guru. Okay, now when will you be able to go to a Guru? Now this question comes, how will I choose my Guru? Now Guru's choice is not our job. Guru will accept us as his student, that will be his grace upon us. It is not that I will choose a Guru and I will appoint a Guru. Letter of appointment. I hereby appoint you as my Guru with immediate effect. Now you are in charge of my spiritual progress. Any fall on my spiritual path, you will have to take full responsibility and resign so that I can appoint the next candidate. It is not लायक कहाँ हैं हम, अपने आप को नहीं पहचान सकते, गुरु को क्या पहचानेंगे? So here, first, how to approach a Guru? First thing is, we have to become a Shishya. That is the first thing. So how to become a Shishya? So that whole process also is very briefly touched upon, but other scriptures, Vedantic scriptures, which we see that with that we understand that this is what, because for Lakshmana ji it was all not so much elaboration was not required. It is for us that we need more elaboration. So he says Adau first. Any spiritual seeker, his journey, his or her journey has to begin somewhere. Otherwise you are materialistic seeker only. That I want materialistic joys. For that pleasures, I am doing so many things. So that kind of seeker is already there. We are born with that only. Desires for the worldly objects and pleasures. So here, a spiritual seeker, Adau, what is his beginning? What is the first? How to begin seeking spiritually? What is the beginning of the path? So he's saying, Swa varnashrama varnitaha kriyaha kritva. Kritva, having done, having performed. What? Kriyaha, all the actions that are necessary to be done. Necessary to be done? How? Swa varnashrama varnitaha kriyaha. Those actions which are instructed for anyone according to their varna, means their disposition or their guna, karma, etc. and ashrama, that is the stage of life. Based on the varna and the ashrama, all the duties that are supposed to be done, all that having done. It is all plural. Kriyaha kritva. Having done all these actions which are supposed to be done, obligatory duties, according to our position in life. Duties cannot be independent of any identity. If we talk of a duty, it is always associated with an identity. If the identity changes, duty will change. Simple. If I have, let us say, if I have the passport of Bharat, then what will be my duty according to Indian constitution? But if I have a passport of another country, I change my citizenship, then My duty will not be following Indian constitution. My constitution of that country will become my duty. So, duty will change according to my identity. Same way, if I am associating myself as, let us say, a son or a daughter, then my association is with my parents. And that way, my duty, there will be a set of duty. But the same person, let us say, has children. So, then that identity has changed from a son or daughter to a mother or father. Then what happens? My duty also will change according to my identity or relationship. So here, Varnashrama, Varnitaha Kriyaha, all duties as per the, is it working? Hari Om. हाँ ठीक है, थोड़ा बीच में कम हो गया, ड्रॉप हो गया था. हाँ. So, Varnashrama Varnitaha Kriyaha means that which the duties which are determined based on my position in life as per my disposition, that is Varna, and as per my stage, that is Ashrama. So we all know Varna. Varna means Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Now, some of these words sometimes give allergies also to modern day thinkers. But we have to understand it is a very, very natural way of classification. Nobody has put some person into it. It is not talking about a person. It is talking about a role. And whoever is naturally disposed to carry out that role is called that particular Varna. Varna itself means color. Varna itself means description. Description based on one's own gunas. Now, if a person is naturally a Sattva Guna oriented person, naturally that person will be able to gain knowledge, think deeply, think long distance thinking, Dirgha Drishti, etc. All this will be natural. Studying, teaching, researching, all this will be very, very easy for that person. Such a person is called Brahmana. It's just a terminology. Nowadays we have words like think tank, consultant, coach. This is all Brahmana only. These are modern words for Brahmana, that's all. Same way Kshatriya. Now Kshatriya is, there has to be some Rajo Guna. He can't be as Sattvic as a Brahmana. Otherwise he will forgive. Enemy comes and shoots. I forgive you. That Kshatriya cannot have that. So Kshatriya should have Rajoguna, but backed by Sattva-guna. So that Kshatriya takes the vision of a Brahmana and implements it, sees to it that everything is executed. Modern words of Kshatriya is executive, CEO, COO. These are all Kshatriyas. Team leader. All these are administrator, soldier, all these are Kshatriya. But soldier also, the commanding officer is called Kshatriya, not the Jawan. So, Kshatriyas. So, they have taken the responsibility, they are courageous, valorous, ready to protect, industrious, such kind of people. Now, if there is, still Rajoguna is there, but not backed by Sattva-guna, but backed by Tamoguna, means there is constantly profiteering is the thought. So very naturally that person will be able to make a lot of money. He will be able to earn from you when you feel very good about it. He is taking away your money, but you feel very happy. That is called a Vaishya, a successful Vaishya. You are very happy to give your money to him. You take, yes, you are right. Very easy. That person, for that person it is very easy. Now, businessman, industrialist, all these are all terms, modern terms for Vaishya. Even a farmer, not the laborer working in the farm, but the owner of the farms, who is making sure. So why is he cultivating? It is to earn money. So he is business oriented, very, very clear. So, the Vaishya. And Shudra, who is not thinking much and naturally left to him, he may not want to do much also. Majority of us belong to that, irrespective of whichever family we come from. Doesn't matter. Leave it to us. Okay, if you want to, if the scriptures say, if you want to do sadhana, you do. Guru says, you want to get up in the morning, you get up. What will we choose? We will nicely sleep. Because we are by nature majority of the Shudras only. Then because of our ancestors, parents and our guru and all, they work on us and force us and give us the samskaras, that's when we get out of the Shudra mentality and come to some other, whichever disposition we are naturally growing into. And some of us never grow, so lifelong Shudra. But it is not it is a class, it is not, koi gali nahi hai ye. It is a class, that is how I am. Now, if I can't, see for example, a Jawan in the army, that a Jawan will not, and he should not think. If he starts thinking, gadbad ho jayegi. Because the commanding officer or the headquarters is doing the strategization. So the headquarters is the Brahmana there. Commanding officer on the field, on the front is the Kshatriya there. Vaishya vritti is not there anywhere. Should not be. And the Jawan is like a Shudra. It is needed. Otherwise, according to the strategy, they may say that you go and it may appear like a very foolish step. But the Jawan should not think. If he thinks, there will be a problem. So that is also a very important part. So all these parts, Varna, each Varna has its own duties that have to be performed. Now if a Brahmana says, I will not know, I don't want to teach, I am really bored, give me a gun, I will go to the border. He will utterly fail. He will compromise, he will give away everything. A selfish person who is in the leadership of the country gives away all our land just for his own pleasure, because he could not stand. Our history also says the same thing. We have had so many such invasions, given away everything, because a true Kshatriya was not there handling the affairs. So duties are there by which we are bound. Now who tells me according to which Varna which duty will be there? That is, Pramana is Veda only, scriptures only. They only tell me. In the modern context, we say constitution. We cannot say everybody is doing this, so I will also do this. So that is not my duty. The duty will be determined by the book, whether it is constitution in a social way, or if we look at it from the spiritual standpoint, it is a scripture, Veda mainly. Same way ashrama also. Brahmacharya ashrama, student life. So student life, what is your duty? Your duty is nothing else but obey the guru and just study. That's all, nothing else. Study and service. No third thing. Then a grihastha. Now grihastha also says, I will also just obey and do whatever my guru says. Guru kicks you out. Now enough. Go. Because as a grihastha, you have to take responsibilities. You have to have your own family. You have duties towards your parents, towards society. A grihastha ashrami only has of all the 4 ashramas, only grihastha ashrami has the right to earn. So if only one of the 4 has the right to earn, then it cannot be earning just for oneself. It has to be earning and supporting the other 3. That is a duty of the grihastha ashrami. But there are some privileges also given. But it is not the privilege for which we look for. It is actually the duty. When we fulfill our duties, we get purified. We move ahead. So here, that is why kriyaha means kartavya. All the kartavyas. Similarly, vanaprasthi. Now vanaprasthi, it is the duty of a vanaprasthi to step back, hand it over to the next generation and let them do. Not interfere after that. I used to manage the kitchen in this manner. Why is my daughter-in-law not doing the same way? Because she is a different person. So she will do it differently. It is not supposed to be the same way. Otherwise there is no improvement. Some improvement has to be there. So there has to be a new person doing it in a new way. Same way, even in a corporate world, now the boss has retired, now the next person has come. It is not generation means the next son only. It could be the next generation who has come up to take the responsibility of the business. Now the person who has taken up will have new ideas, will implement in a new way. There may be new styles of working. But once you have retired, then don't go and Keep on, this you should not do, it is not good for the organization, you should do it differently. Arey Baba, over, your time is up. So Vanaprasthi means what? You have to focus more on the spiritual pursuits, try and do your sadhana, let your mind be away from all this. ये झंझट हो गया, अभी कब तक करते रहेंगे? Enough. So that is also a duty enjoined on the Vanaprasthi, that now you have retired, now let them do the way they want. Yes, I am always available for any advice, any guidance you want, because I have grey hair, means I have more experience. I have seen the world more than you. So if you are stuck somewhere or if you really need some help, I am always there with you, I stand by you. But you have to take charge. And unless we empower, the next generation will never take charge. We never empower, we never groom, and then suddenly we say, you are the king, now rule. No training, no exposure. How will a person learn? And then we don't have patience for that person to let him learn also. You should be perfect on day one. How will it be possible? We were never perfect on day one. So when we are stepping to the next level, we should let go of the previous and keep focusing on our sadhana. That is Vanaprastha. And from there, fourth ashram is sannyasa. Means no attachments, no relationships whatsoever except for relationship with the Lord. Which means no, you can't talk to the people in the world. Puja Gurudev used to put it very beautifully. No relationships, cutting off all ties does not mean that you walk out of your home and say tomorrow onwards you are not my mother, you are not my father. That is not the point. He used to say it is not walking out of one home, it is walking into every home. Taking the whole world as your family. And every home is my home, all parents are my parents. That way. So it is not giving up something or abandoning something. It is not that way. It is accepting, embracing the whole world. So what should a sannyasi do? There are do's and don'ts for sannyasis also. Only a jnani, a realized master, can never be bound by any duties, any injunctions, any words of even the scriptures cannot bind a realized master. But till that time, any varna, any ashrama, there are do's and don'ts. We have to follow. How will we come to know? By studying the Veda. So how is the beginning of a spiritual seeker's life? Adau, beginning, what is there? He is saying that varnashrama varnitaha kriyaha kritva. But how will we know which kriya? For that, study. So Shankaracharya ji also very beautifully puts it, that first step of a spiritual seeker is Vedo Nityam Adhyatam. First, study the scriptures regularly. And then, based on that, Taduditam Karmasvanushthiyatam. Swa Varnashrama Varnitaha Kriya Varnitaha. That's where the scripture is indicated. That which is supposed to be done as instructed in the scriptures, as instructed by our gurus who know the scriptures. So such actions, having performed, offered, completed, fulfilled all the duties, this way of life, this lifestyle is the beginning steps of a seeker. This lifestyle of performing one's duties diligently. And then what happens? Kritva, having done these duties, samasadita shuddha manasaha. This is again another adjective for such a seeker. Samasadita, having gained shuddha manasaha, purity of mind, a pure mind. So the one who has gained a pure mind or has purified his mind, through what? Through performance of duty. So why should one perform duties? Not because I will get some rights. If I do my duty, then I can enjoy this privilege. That is not performance of duty. That is actually we want to fulfill some desire. I will do good karmas, then later I will go to Swarga. Which means this is investment. That is not duty. Duty doesn't have any other perks, no rewards. Duty is defined as those actions performing which we do not get anything in return. Is called duty. Yeah, nothing. Then why should we perform? That is the problem here. Because we always feel that we should get something out of it. And if we want to get something out of it, it doesn't fall into the framework of duty. So then why should I perform? Because it is supposed to be performed. But if it is supposed to be performed and I perform it, then what will I get? Nothing. No rewards. So nothing I will get? No. Then why, what? Very difficult to wrap our head around such a concept. You say, how is it then? Why would anyone perform duties? Because without performing duties, the to-do list will keep on growing. And as it keeps growing, it will exert lot of pressure on us. And then we won't get sleep also. We won't be able to relax also. We are not doing. But we know the to-do list increases. Basic duties towards our body, let us say. To clean it every day. I say, I don't want to do. Okay, don't do. Slowly, we will not remain a social being anymore. Because nobody would come to us. Then after some time, I feel, what is this? Let me go and have a shower. Okay, after having shower, what did we gain? Nothing extra. In fact, we lost whatever was deposited. That is what doing duties helps. We think there is something called freshness that we gain, but there is something called freshness other than us. It is not actually we are by nature fresh only. We have to keep on removing the layers of dirt so that that freshness is always there. For example, gold. Gold is put in fire and it starts shining. So what, fire has created the shining on the gold? No, gold is by nature shining. But when it is put in fire, that is when it shines out. It comes out. So that is what here also. It is my mind. It has so many impurities gathered because I have made choices, because I wanted to fulfill my desires, I wanted to gain certain specific things, and in this process I have gained a lot of baggage. When I perform my duties, I am actually losing all those baggages and not creating anything new. This is a wise way of action. And when I act in this manner, perform my duties diligently, when it is said, I will not get anything, means nothing special, rewards will not be available. But it is a process of purifying my mind. All the dirt that I have gathered in my mind, it will all be shed by performance of duties. Because what is the kind of dirt that we have gathered? There are strong likes and dislikes. Raga, dvesha. I want this, I like this, I don't want this, I don't like this. If I get something I don't like, I am unhappy. If I get something I like, I am very happy. If I lose something I like, I am unhappy. If I lose something I don't like, I am very happy. So I am just jumping, elation, dejection, elation, dejection. There is no stability in life. And all of us, without exception, always want something. And that is, I want to settle down. I want to just be stable in life. That stability all of us want. But what is the kind of choices that we are making? That will increase instability. So here, he's saying, Swa Varnashrama Varnitaha Kriyaha Kritva. If we do that, what will happen? Samasadita Shuddha Manasaha. A person who has gained a purified mind through this kind of action, performance of duty. And duty, one part of definition we saw that you will not get anything special reward, but if you do not follow, you will be punished. That is also there. And punishing is in this form only, that pressure will build up. When we have a to-do list, there's Puja Guruji has written a book called Tips for Happy Living. But we all can, based on our experiences, write a book called Tips for Unhappy Living. Because we are masters in that. We can write, this is how you should live. So one of them is, if we make a to-do list, we make a list of I want to do this, and keep on looking at it. Just looking. We are not doing any of this. So many things I have to do. Oh, so many things. When will I do? Should I start with number 1? No, number 6 is more important. But then somebody said that 8 I have to finish today itself. But then this 2 is also very urgent, I think. I am just looking at it. What will happen? Not doing. I am looking at it. And then with time, I am not doing anything. With time, list is growing also. This also I have to add. This also I have to add. And I am looking at more and more pressure built up. This is the punishment of not doing. And if we do, done. No to-do list for today. Does that mean I am done forever? No. It will come immediately. That is called duties. Duties means it will never stop coming. And that is why we have to keep doing it. For example, we have email, inbox. Now, inbox, if we don't clear it up regularly, it is not that I have not done so far, so please don't send me emails for 2 days. Let me clear up, after that you send. That's not going to happen. And even if I clear up, I say, tongue came. What is this new? It will come. And it will keep coming. Kartavya is like that. So, by performance, we are not going to get any special rewards, and non-performance is going to punish us, make us unhappy, stressed out. So, but what is the gain? If at all we have to point out any gain out of diligent performance of duty, he says, only pure mind. Chitta Shuddhi is what is gained. But again, Chitta Shuddhi is not something to be gained. The Ashuddhis go away. What remains is that Shuddha Chitta only. Nothing else is there. So, Shuddha Manasaha, Samasadita Shuddha Manasaha. That purified mind is attained. Chitta Shuddhi is attained. It is we call it as an attainment, but we have to understand it is not actually an attainment. It is just unwanted things are dropped off. My attachments, my likes and dislikes. If it is a duty, likes and dislikes will not interfere, should not interfere, and we will not let them interfere also. It is a duty, what to do? If it is a duty, there is no option given. But if it is a right, or if it is just to fulfill our desires, there are various options. If it is a duty, no option given. See, for example, if a doctor prescribes a medicine, do we go to the medical shop and say, this medicine he has written, but then can you give me something that is, pink in color and tastes little sweet, and I don't want this particular. What other options do you have? Do you look at some other medicines? Show me some few. थोड़ा दिखाओ ना भैया क्या है इसमें, 2-4 दवाएं दिखाओ. डॉक्टर ने तो ये लिख दिया, पर मुझे थोड़ा देखने तो दो. Let me shop little bit. Let me come inside the shop and just do some window shopping. अच्छा नया पैरासीटामॉल निकला है, ओके, उसके साथ क्या है, अच्छा ये अच्छा है, ओ ये बुखार के लिए, ओ वेरी गुड, नाइस. आई डोंट हैव फीवर बट आई एम जस्ट इंक्वायरिंग. इट इज़ गुड टू कीप दिस, नो, दिस बॉक्स इज़ वेरी नाइस. वी डू दैट इन अ मेडिकल शॉप? इवन द केमिस्ट विल नॉट वांट अस टू एंटर. अभी हमारा टाइम बर्बाद मत करो, चलो चुपचाप क्या चाहिए बोलो, निकलो उधर से. देर इज़ नो ऑप्शन. But the same thing go to a mall. What will happen? It is not just duty bound. See, when a child is sent to the shop, given, you give him 50 rupees and say, go and buy 2 packets of milk or whatever, 1 packet of milk and come. The child goes, puts the money on the counter, says, I want this, brings, takes the change, comes back, over. How much time does it take? The same if the mother or father goes. चलो थोड़ा वो चीज़ भी ले लूँ, थोड़ा बटर भी ले लेता हूँ, वो भी ख़त्म हो गया है, अरे ये ब्रेड भी रखा हुआ है इधर इधर, वॉट एवर इज डिस्प्लेड एवरीथिंग विल कम. एंड देन आफ्टर कमिंग होम देन वी रियलाइज, बट वॉट डिड आई गो टू टेक मिल्क, अरे वो तो रह ही गया. This is the difference. When it is duty, things are done quickly, no options, and that to-do thing gone, no pressure, nothing. Here, now what will I do with all this that I have purchased? And everything is perishable. Tomorrow it will all go. Now in one day I can't eat so much. Now what do I do? This is... So then again, more and more baggage we are creating. Whereas if it is a duty, no option. Just go, buy that, come back home, over. That is why he says Swa Varna Ashrama Varnitaha, and it is all for each individual, it is different. Because my Varna may be different, my ashram may be different, my specific background may be different, my specific relationships may be different. So each one has a set of duties, and all of us know it very well what is our duty. It is not that somebody has to tell me. There may be a little bit of guidance once in a while required, that is what gurus are for. So we go to the Guru and say, oh Gurudev, please guide me. That is okay. Or scripture for reference. But in general, all of us know what duties we have. We definitely know what we must do. It is natural, it comes to us. Our inner voice also says that this is what is supposed to be done. We listen to it or not is a different thing. But it is always there. We know it naturally. So, performing these duties, one gets purity of mind. Such a person who has performed the duties based on the scriptures and attained this purified mind, samasadita shuddha manasaha, samapya tatpurvam. And then, what happens? That purity of mind, that chitta shuddhi, when it happens, then that person starts growing out of that level of action. Growing out. Samapya, it's completed in his life. Somebody very beautifully said that what is life of a saint like? You say it is like a series of closing ceremonies. Very beautifully put. Means one thing done, closed, next. Next level done, closed, next. We think we closed, we go 2-4 steps forward. I think there's something more, let me go. Go 2 steps forward, again. No closure. Because of our attachments. So here, samapya tatpurvam. The previous stage is completed. I am graduating to the next stage. Completing my things, one after the other. And that is why, because I have completed my duties. Now, next level. If I run away from these duties at this level, even if I go forward, sometime I have to come back to this. We get compartments, not we get, but students. They get that you are pushed to the next class, but you have to clear this paper later. So, what has happened? My first year, all other subjects I have passed except one. Now I am pushed to the second year, but this first year paper is remaining, which I have to clear later, while I am doing the second year. Which means what? There is no closure there. Samapanam has not happened here. So, what is there? I have gone to the next level, but still I am stuck there. Now, why did this situation arise? Because I did not perform my duty of studying properly in that stage. So, no closure. So, I have to study, go again. And if I was more negligent, that pushing also would not happen. I will remain there only, because too many compartments. What is compartment? Now repeat the whole year only. So sit there only with all your friends gone ahead. I am sitting with my juniors and studying. Why? Because I did not perform my duties at all. Little bit I did, little bit push, but still come back. No closure. Tat samapya. Here Bhagavan is saying, as the mind gets purified, we elevate ourselves. That is done. then we don't have anything to go back to it. Done. It is in a way liberation in steps. If we look at it, that now I don't have to do that again. Done. Over. Because that was my duty at some point, I did it. That is why it is said that even in childhood, we give sanskar of doing seva, helping people. Because that if it is not done, then sometimes nature will force us to do, and that will be very painful. And at a time when we will have other responsibilities, that time we will have to come and do this, because ये तुम्हारा रह गया था compartment, बचपन वाला, अभी करो. Then that time it will be even more stressful. So that is tat purvam samapya, having completed the previous all those karmas. So here, see, samapya does not mean giving. Here, see, Gurudev has given the meaning as giving up. But giving up, see, again, when we read this word giving up, the spirit has to be understood. It is not that you give up the action unnaturally. It is growing out. Samapya means it is completed. Now I don't have to do it more of it. But giving up is an unnatural thing. But now, see, I have now come to the next level. Now I won't do this. It is not that way. Giving up in the sense, it gets itself given up. I don't focus on giving it up. My effort is not to push it away. My effort is to grow. And when I grow out of it also. If a child is forced to give up a toy, the attachment grows higher and higher and will go back to the toy. But if a child is, encouraged to grow, in the sense, studies and more subtler type of toys, then what happens? Slowly, those toys, no, I am more interested in this. Slowly. And then once further growing up happens, all these toys, should I give it to the younger brother or sister or a neighbor, some child, let me give it away. What happened suddenly? Chitta Shuddhi increased. So attachment dropped. But Gurudev says it is only the objects that change in our life, toy to Toyota, but actually the attachment doesn't go. So the attachment will go only when all the kartavyas are performed. So tat purvam samapya upatta sadhanaha. Upatta sadhanaha, having gained all, sadhana here means qualifications. All the necessary qualifications have been gained. That is upatta sadhana. So when I keep growing through this karma yoga, attain this chitta shuddhi, automatically I am also gathering all these qualifications. Now what are these qualifications? Now the thing is, in all our scriptures, qualifications have been talked about. One is having a clear thinking, which is called viveka, discriminative thinking, right thinking, viveka, very important. And second is based on if the clear thinking is clear, discrimination is clear, automatically what I find as this is not eternal, this is very temporary, this is false, all those things I am able to leave. That is called vairagya. That also, again, it is growing out. It is not forcefully leaving something. It is growing out of it. Vairagya. Then I need to have my mind and senses under control. I should be happy with myself, not looking for things outside. In a withdrawn state, I am happy. My mind is fixed on the goal so much so that I am not even bothered about any discomfort around me. So these are all qualifications. Having implicit faith in the scriptures and the words of the Guru. Whatever they say is true. If I am not able to understand or if I see some contradiction, I have to align my understanding, not find faults in the scripture or the Guru. That is called implicit faith, Shraddha. Ability to channelize all these gathered energies from the senses and the mind to the pursuit that we are in. So spiritually, the self, seeking the self, all my energies are channelized towards that, directed towards that. And a burning desire for liberation. I want to get out of this. Enough. How long will I keep doing this? What is this cycle? I want to get out of this. That desire. So all these put together is called sadhana, the qualifications. So many things, how will we know? Okay, two things. What are the two things? Most important two things. Viveka and Shraddha. That's all. Have full faith and have clarity of thought. Such a person will be a good student. So two things. Can you not indicate just one? Two is required. Two is also difficult for me. Okay, you want only one? Yes, only one. Okay, Shraddha. So, Shraddha, where should be Shraddha? So it is said, Shastras say Shraddha should be four types. Four things you should have Shraddha in. You should have Shraddha in that Brahman or Ishvara, who is your goal. You should have Shraddha in the scripture, which leads you there. You should have Shraddha in the Guru, who teaches you the scripture. And you should have Shraddha in yourself, that you will be able to walk. So, four things. I asked for one. Now you are giving me four. From this four also, one you can't choose. Okay, one. Shraddha in the Guru. That much is enough. We want to start getting these qualifications. Just start with one step. Have complete faith in the Guru. Guru will make sure we will get Shraddha in the other three. Guru will make sure we develop our Viveka. Guru will make sure we get all the things. That does not mean we ride on the shoulder of the Guru and say, Guru, walk, take me there, take me there. No. Guru will make sure means what? He will take a stick in his hand and say, do. You can't do? Okay, I will do. That is why Guru, although Guru Geeta and all defined Guru as the one who dispels the darkness of ignorance from by lighting the lamp of knowledge, that is what Guru is defined as. But Pujo Guruji gives a very beautiful definition of Guru. He says, Guru hote hain, jo gurrate hain, use Guru kehte hain. Because for us like that only Guru is required. Okay. Yeah. I will fall in line. Don't worry. Don't. So this implicit faith in Guru. Right? Now, whatever you say, I am ready to do. See, Arjun also started with that only. He didn't have clarity of thought. He said, I am utterly confused. I don't know what to do. But you teach me. You guide me. I am submitting to you. Even if it was just verbal submission, action-wise he was not committed. Only verbal submission. But even then, he said, you teach me, you guide me. And then slowly see how Krishna Bhagavan took him from that complete, utterly fallen, confused state to that level of clarity where he is saying, now I am totally clear, all the clouds of confusions have gone, and now I shall do what you say. Started with obedience and culminated in complete surrender. So that is all we need. So this qualification, this Shraddha, this Viveka, and all the others, Vairagya, Shamadamadi, Sampatti, Mumukshutvam, all these things are necessary. So, Upatta Sadhanaha, such a student, when such a student is ready, the Lord of the universe has to supply a Guru. How will God supply a Guru? He himself becomes the Guru and comes to us. The student has to be ready. Bhagavan only comes to us as the Guru. So I don't have to appoint anyone as a Guru. I have to become a good Shishya. As per my requirement, Guru will come to me. It is my requirement. People may sometimes question that, no, how do we know our Guru is the right one for us? You don't have to know. Gurudev used to say, if we are the right student, even if we have a fake Guru, he is not genuine, fake, but we will learn the right things from him. And if we are a fake Shishya, even if we have the greatest of realized masters as our Guru, we will learn some gadbad only from him. Not that he is teaching us that, but we will learn only that. So, the point is my demand. If I am the right disciple, I will get the right guidance. I will get the right direction. So, such a Guru, samashrayet. Just take his refuge. Just submit yourself to him. Sadgurum. So, go to the feet of the Sadguru. See, Sadguru nowadays has become a proper noun, but it is a common noun, okay? It is a common noun. That Guru who guides us on the path of Sat, on the path of truth, and helps us attain that. That truth, that reality that he himself has experienced, the one who leads us to that path is called Sadguru. There may be many, many gurus, but the one who leads us to the truth can be only one, the Sadguru. So, Sadguru Upalabdhi. And Guru also now, just this by this word Sadguru, already the greatness of the Guru also has been said. Because, see, the Guru part means he is a very good teacher. And the Sat part is he has experienced. Teacher is the one who has himself known the words of the scriptures. Only then he can teach. Otherwise it is just, for example, Shankaracharya ji had many, many disciples during his Padayatra, Digvijaya Yatra it is called, when he was going from place to place to establish this basic tenets of Advaita Vedanta. That time he got many, many disciples, people followed him and all. So of those 4 are very famous, and one of those 4 is Hastamalakacharya. See, Hastamalakacharya was a classic example of a person who had the realization but had not studied the scriptures. So he was not a teacher. He was a realized person, but not yet a teacher. So when he came to Shankaracharya ji, and people used to think he was mad. But Shankaracharya ji recognized, because a realized person only can recognize a realized person. So he asked, who are you? So Hastamalakacharya ji, first time he uttered a word, otherwise he has never spoken so far. His parents were very, very concerned. So his parents brought him to Shankaracharya ji, and then he asked, who are you? He spoke in Sanskrit 10 verses saying, I am not this body, I am that pure self. That is the first words ever came out of his mouth in that life. And Shankaracharya ji looked at his father. His father was dumbfounded, said, what is this? I have never seen something like this happening. So Shankaracharya ji said, can I keep him? His father said, good riddance, keep. I don't want. But he did not realize that his son was a realized master, but could not articulate because not studied the scriptures, not got that grace of Guru. As soon as he received the grace of Guru, he was most eloquent. That is so the one who has studied the scriptures under a Guru and one who has experienced that truth. So Sadguru word includes both this. In the Upanishads, the words are Shrotriya, means one who has studied the scriptures, and Brahmanishta, one who has experienced the truth. Guru means the one who has studied the scriptures and is ready to impart. And Sat part is he has experienced Sat, he has become Sat. So both these qualities are contained in this one word, Sadguru. Sadgurum samashrayet, go and surrender at the feet of the Guru. For what? What should be the goal? Going to the Guru, but for what? Not to get promotion in the office or get some increment or get somebody not getting married or somebody is unwell and they should get well. Not for this. Why should one go to a guru? He says, Atma labdhaye. To gain this self-knowledge, to gain that abidance in the self. For that purpose we go to the guru. Not to ask that I am now in so much of trouble, when will all these troubling times get over? When will I be out of these problems? For that guru is not required. Anybody can tell us that you just for another 2-3 more years, that's all. After that what? After that you'll get used to it. That will be a new normal for you then. This is how life is. So, purpose of going to the Guru is Atma Labdhaye, in order to know ourselves. That is the only purpose of going to the Guru. So, he is the only one, Sadguru is the only one who can lead us to this sublime knowledge. So, now, this is the basic guidelines, the beginning steps. And then, once we go to the Guru, then what happens? Then you serve the Guru, and then Guru will impart knowledge. So now, slowly Bhagavan is leading us through Lakshmana to this knowledge. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.